Well, today we're going to make creme brulee. Did you hear that? Creme brulee made with eggs. Oh my God, it's so creamy, so delicious. Listen, if you ever made creme brulee, if you've ever cooked any kind of like a creme anglaise or creme caramel, let me know. Put it in the comments. Definitely want to know about that. And be sure you stick around because we got some great tips we're going to share throughout all of this video, and definitely you're going to sign up for all of our videos. So I'm Chef Don McMillan. Let's get started. Well, here it is, a quart of heavy cream. Let's go ahead and place that right into a saucepan. I'm gonna turn it up, but not on high now, because I just want to barely let it heat. And I'll tell you what, if you got a thermometer, you wanna look at about 180 degrees, or else you look at the bubbles coming around the edges, little teeny tiny bubbles. You don't want it any more hotter than that, okay? Now, next we're going to use real vanilla beans. So with the vanilla beans, let me show you how I get the seeds, because that's where the flavor is. Put your point of your knife right there into the vanilla bean and pull the vanilla bean this way. Look, pulling it right through the knife, dividing it in half. Now I have two halves. If you look at the vanilla beans are right here is the seeds. I'm just going to put my knife right in there, open it up, and then I'm going to scrape the seeds out. Scrape, 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 scrape. Just like this. See, look at those seeds. Into the pot it goes. Let's get the other half and get those beans in there. We've got 2 vanilla beans for this quart of cream. Just that easy, just a small bottle. So let's get those vanilla seeds in there. Stir, stir, stir. Remember, I'm on medium heat, and all I want is just a light heat on it. No more than 180 degrees, or just when you start to see some bubbles on the end. All right, let's let that heat up. Save your skins from the vanilla beans. We'll put those in, as I said earlier. Well, now we've got to break some eggs. You know, this is a French recipe, and the French idiom is this, that if you want to make an omelet, you have to break some eggs. And that's what we're going to do. Of course, we know what that also means is that if you're going to make an omelet or you're going to be successful in life, you've got to break an egg, you got to make some mistakes, okay? I have 3 bowls because of that. I'm going to break an egg on a flat surface, not on the side of the bowl. Flat surface, so it'll crack in half, and we're going to divide it because we need the yolks separate from the whites. So I'm doing it in this little bowl right here. Look, so 1 egg at a time, and you just go back and forth just like this. And then I'm going to put the yolk in one and the egg whites in the other. Start over. We'll do repeat and repeat. However, if the egg broke in this little bowl, then I'm not going to have to start everything over, because it usually happens when you get onto the last egg, and you know how that works, okay? So I've got a little story to tell you. Well, I had a class with some first graders, and these first graders, everybody wanted to come up and help, and I just wanted to have one young person come up and help me. So I said, is there anybody out there that has ever cracked an egg? Well, every young child raised their hand, except for one little boy. So I looked at him, I said, you never cracked an egg? He said, I never cracked an egg. I said, you sure you never cracked? He said, no, I've never cracked an egg. Fine, come on up. Now the rest of the class, they're unhappy because they all wanted to come up, but this little boy, he's smiling, he's going on up here, and he's gonna help Chef Don crack an egg. So I said, what I want you to do is I want you to crack the egg on a flat surface, and I want you to put it in the bowl. And here's exactly what he did. He broke it on a flat surface and he put it in the bowl. Now the rest of the class was just roaring because they all cracked an egg. But this little boy told me twice he never cracked an egg. And he turned around and he looked up at me with a tear in his eye. He said, "What did I do wrong?" I said, "You didn't do anything wrong." I said, "You did exactly what I told you." So remember, when you cook with young people, they're going to do exactly what you tell them. He never cracked an egg, so of course he thought, when I said put it in the bowl, he put it in the bowl. Now I know, okay? When you tell somebody to crack the egg, you want to crack the egg and separate it, or put part of the egg in the bowl and the shell somewhere else, okay? That's my little story on cracking an egg. Every time I crack an egg, I'll remember that story, okay? All right, we have our dozen egg yolks. Now we have a cup of sugar. Place that in there. And now we're gonna whisk it up. So, you can use an electric mixer, but if you do, use the paddle, please, okay? It's very important because I'm not going to beat a lot of air into this. I'm not making an omelet today, even though I joked about it earlier, but I want to whisk the eggs. We're going to add the cream with the vanilla beans in there. That we're going to take this and we're going to just put a little bit at a time right in here and whisk. So what we're doing now is we're bringing up the temperature of the eggs. If I dumped all of that heated cream into the eggs, they would curdle and we would make an omelet, but that's not happening now. Now that we have half of the cream mixed up with our egg and sugar mixture, we've already tempered it, so let's pour it right into the pot with the rest of that wonderful cream and vanilla. Put this in the sink. Mix this together now, get it all mixed up. And then I'm going to take this mixture and I'm going to pour it through a strainer. That will, any of those little parts of the egg that doesn't come through all the way, we'll take care of it right now. Let's get all of it. I'm scraping the bottom of the pot. Get all of that in there. Place that down there. And then, so you see, there's the parts of vanilla beans that are in there. So now we've kept them in there. Now, here is our custard ready to go into our pot. So let me give you a little tip on this now. And I know a lot of recipes that tell you to like pour the water and then put it half full. Don't put the water into the pan until after it's in the oven, okay? And we're gonna show you how to do that. But first, we take a ladle and you wanna fill them up, not to the very top, to about 2/3. Very important, okay? Not to the top, but just about 2/3. Okay. So these are creme brulee dishes. You can also use custard dishes if you wish, or you can even use coffee cups if you don't have anything. I've done them all, believe me. So, all right, I'm gonna top these off just a little bit here. Everybody gets a little something, make them happy. And now we're gonna go and place this into the oven. All right, now you see our oven is preheated, 300 degrees. The pan is in the oven and we're gonna just pour hot water into the pan, no more than halfway up the side of your creme brulee dish. And you'll know the reason why we do this is so it would cook evenly, there'll be nothing burnt, and it will cook up just so smoothly. If you'll notice, we have it on 300 degrees because we don't want this to cook on high heat. We want it to cook on low to moderate heat. It's probably going to take about maybe 45 to 50 minutes, but it's worth every bite, okay? So after baking this wonderful creation, we took it out of the oven and then we placed it on the counter and let it cool off just a little bit. and then we put it in the refrigerator. You do need to refrigerate your creme brulee at least for 2 hours so that it will solidify. Otherwise, it'll be a little bit jiggly. And then, of course, as you can see, we're putting some sugar on top. You can use powdered sugar. If you wish, you can use regular sugar. Either one will do it. And we're using a torch. Now, if you don't have a torch, you can also put it in a pan with some ice and put it under the broiler in your oven. And it will also caramelize the sugar on the top. So, oh my goodness, all this good sugar. Yes, let's get it on there. All right, now we have a torch, and we're going to go ahead and get that started. Turn it on, hit the button, and then slowly caramelize the sugar. As you can see, it's just starting to brown a little bit. Circulate around. See the caramel starting to form? You can adjust the heat by moving your torch up a little higher or a little closer. Form our caramel. Well, here it is, our completed creme brulee. See how beautifully we made the caramel on the top. And when it cools, it's going to need to cool just for like a couple of minutes. You can actually tap it so that you know the custard is covered with a beautiful crust of melted sugar. So this is a wonderful creation. Please subscribe to our channel. Write in the comments if you have some ideas about doing a creme brulee. Maybe you want to do it a different one. I know I sometimes use orange and other flavors as well. It works really good. Also, our recipe is in the bottom. And remember always that our wonderful, delicious recipes are simple and delicious. And now, just to prove it's delicious, check this out. I can't wait. I'm sorry. Whoa! Look at that. Look, 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 look. Beautiful custard. Oh, all right. Here it is. Oh my goodness. Hear that crunch? It's so happy. The vanilla beans are inside. Absolutely delicious. You have to make this one.